Okay. Hello. I'm starting this video to change my life, and I really, really hope that it works. I need to make this a journey. I need to make a big change, and the thing is I don't really know how I want to do that. I started drinking alcohol, that is, when I was 17 or 18, and it did not become a problem. 18 to 19 to 20 has been a rough road. This is going to be a long video, I just know it. I just know that this is going to take me a very long time, and I'm honestly anticipating around a year. I would take my mom's alcohol. If she didn't have it, I'd take some of my dad's beers, and I hate beer, and I would still chug it. And that was because I was so unhappy with my situation in my life and everything, basically, that the only time I felt happy was when I got home to drink, and that was it. That was the only time I was happy, was when I was drunk. And then I just drank, I think that was October until essentially now. So, a year. That's insane to me. I remember praying to God saying, I can't stop this by myself. This video is me, and it's really only for me to keep track of my progress and everything that I need to change, and hopefully it is less than a year, but maybe a year from now I can look back on this video and see how much of a dark place I was in, and hopefully I'll be in a way better one. I'm really hoping and praying that I'm not in a worse one. So, this is day one. This is October 2nd, 2019. Let's make some changes. This is a year and some change from that first clip. And my life is so much better that I just want to cry. It just brought me to tears because I realized how much better of a place I'm in now. And that's all God. That is all God. And I can look now, a year later, and see all the little ways that God was preparing me for my life to change. He was dropping little things, and my first step was quitting drinking. That was the first step to where I am now. It's insane. I just want to say thank you to God that I am here where I am. I look back on myself there, and my headspace was so dark. It was such a dark place that I couldn't escape from, and it's only by the grace of God that I... So, now I am successfully on the track of just drinking on Tuesdays and Fridays, which is somewhat of a constant battle, but my willpower is so much more strong, and I think it's because when you have a day completely sober and you get over all of the anger and all of the mood swings and the shivers and all of that fun stuff, you're happy and you feel alive, and it was crazy because I can feel real emotions, which is insane. I remember thinking I can't quit this cold turkey, there's no way. And I'm very glad that I didn't, because this is where I learned control, and this is where I learned how to function like a normal person for the most part, and where I learned my limits. So I would drink on Tuesdays and Fridays, and that was a big leap. From 7 days a week to only 2 days a week. It was a very big leap. Because I woke up yesterday and I had a few mood swings or whatever, but by the end of the night, I was smiling. I felt like a completely different person. I somewhat felt out of control because of my happiness. I just felt my mood was completely changed. I didn't realize how good being sober felt. I didn't realize that it was even more fulfilling than being drunk, which is crazy. Like, the Tuesdays and the Fridays, they were going pretty good, but here's the thing, is I'm still drinking as if I'm drinking every day, and that's just not good. And I woke up yesterday feeling like absolute garbage, just like shaky, and like not wanting to eat, and it was just like, why do I do that to myself? I've made huge improvements, it's just, now I actually have to deal with some of the consequences and deal with all of the emotions that I suppressed and, deal with everything that I didn't deal with for the past year because, I was drunk, so I didn't have to. That was the whole point of it, was to escape. So, yeah. It was hard for me to understand that my behavior was self-destructive because I had started drinking to help myself. And so it's really shocking to look back at this and to think, like, my day wouldn't start until I had a drink in my hand. And now I don't need that. I don't even need to smoke anymore. I don't need to vape anymore. A year really changes somebody. When I look back on some of these clips, I realize, like, I really see where God is starting to work. And what I mean by work is where God is kind of just taking his hands completely off of me and just, girl, you're gonna keep rolling down this hill. You need to keep rolling down this hill. You're gonna hit rock bottom. I'm warning you. And I did. And I needed to hit rock bottom to work my way back up because so many things that I made a huge deal were not that big of a deal. But it felt like it was the end of the world. And I don't blame myself for that. I'm not going to say, oh, it's because you were young, so you weren't mature enough. It's not even that. It's just the fact that I had so many demons in my head that I was battling constantly, that I was always defensive, I was always sad, there was always something wrong with me. And it's because I had no light in my life. I had no God in my life. I had nothing to turn to when everything went crazy. It's like hard to breathe. I don't know what to do. I'm panicking because I feel like I'm drowning. I thought it'd all be fun and games, and it's not. It's even harder. I am in immense amounts of pain. It's hard to breathe, so right now, because I've let it sit without being treated for so long, it hurts my back. Feels like people are stabbing hot knives into my back, my lower back, around essentially where all the pain is here. It is just echoing in my back. So my heart and my whole chest hurts. Feels like someone's like squeezing my heart and my chest. I didn't anticipate a lot of the symptoms that I ended up having. I didn't anticipate how much healing needed to happen and how my brain chemicals needed to even back out. And I had a lot of withdrawal symptoms that I won't go into too many details of. I never vomited, but I had something else. And it took a very, very long time for my stomach acid to go back down. I already have severe acid reflux, and so it took even longer for my stomach to settle down. It took about 3 to 4 months for me to not rely heavily on Prilosec or omeprazole. I had gotten so low that I was at the point to where I wanted to die. I didn't want to live at all anymore. And there's not any clips for that. Because I didn't get out of bed. I didn't eat or drink water or shower or move. And of course I didn't film that. I didn't even feel like breathing anymore. I wanted to give up on everything. I lost my self-confidence. I lost how I used to see my body. I lost my ability to feel emotions. And I lost the will to live. coming out on the other side, I just want to tell you that it is worth it. I just want to tell you that the reason you're feeling that way is because of the substance that's supposed to help you. I just want to tell you that someone out there loves you. And if you feel like you don't, I will. I look back at myself. It was a year ago. A whole year ago, which is such a short time, but that person who I was and the person I am now are almost polar opposites. I used to always be the person that saw the worst in everything. Everything. I would go to work and I'd put on a smiling face, but in reality I hated everyone and everything. I hated the world. And most importantly, I hated myself. And so now, to wake up in the morning being thankful that I even have a job, God blessed me so much. I am so undeserving of this second chance that I got. I'm sure I look freaking nuts, by the way. Sorry, not sorry. There are so many beautiful, wonderful things to be thankful for in this world, and I'm sick and tired of complaining about everything. I can't do that anymore. Now, I want to make something extremely clear. I'm not completely sober in the sense of I will never have a drink again. What this journey taught me was self-control. And I know a lot of you are saying, oh, that's what all alcoholics say, is they'll only drink on the holidays or this, that, here, and the other. And I have to say, I had a very nice 21st birthday. That didn't involve me being over the top drunk. I know my limits. I know that I can't drink for more than 2 days in a row. I typically try to only drink one day every few months. That's just if, I feel like it. I want a beer with my tacos. I can do that now. That's because of God. I don't get incredibly drunk and pass out anymore. I don't like to do that. I don't do that. I've learned self-control. I just want to get that completely out of the way because I know there might be some confusion. But I just wanted to say this whole big long video and all the dramatics that I am so thankful for everything and everyone in my life. I want to thank my family for all the encouraging words. I want to thank my boyfriend, who is my life partner. He is my biggest cheerleader that I don't deserve. Thanks to my mom and Luke, my boyfriend, and of course God, I am alive today. It is because of those people that I'm alive. I want to thank my boss. He is so incredible and supportive. He didn't give up on me when he definitely should have, and I will forever owe him for that. So thank you so much. I want to thank my boss's wife. She's also incredible. She was such a light in my life that I needed, and I thank her for that. I would go through and thank each one of my coworkers, but this video I'm pretty sure is already long enough, so I just want to say as a whole, thank you to all my coworkers, past and present. You know who you are, you know if we were really close, so I just want to say thank you for putting up with my constant negativity and my constant, excuse my language, but bitching, because that's what I did. So thank you guys. I want to say thank you to my best friend Victoria. I know that we were both going through things at the same time, and I think God wanted us to lean on each other, so I am so thankful for you, and thank you for being a true inspiration. Thank you to all my friends I have now, past and present. Thank you to everybody for everything, even if we didn't talk that much. You affected my life in some way or another. So, it is October 27th, 2020, and my life has completely changed. I'm in a way better mindset. So, past Hannah, good job.